As the wave of globalization sweeps through Southeast Asia, ambitious skyscrapers spring up in cities like Kuala Lumpur and Bangkok, testament to their burgeoning economies. Yet, in the midst of this booming region lies the Philippines, a nation rich in resources and potential, inexplicably lagging behind its neighbors. Despite the charm of its emerald rice terraces and the warmth of its people, the Philippines grapples with a paradox. It is an archipelago endowed with natural beauty and a strategic geographic location, yet it remains entangled in economic disparity. This raises a pressing question that invites both curiosity and concern. Why is the Philippines lagging behind its Southeast Asian peers? The history of the Philippines is a tapestry woven with threads of various colonizers, each leaving a distinct mark on its economic and societal structure. First under Spanish rule for more than 3 centuries, followed by a brief but impactful interlude of British control, and finally, American colonization before the Japanese occupation during World War II. This series of foreign dominations has left the Philippines with a fragmented identity, impeding the formation of a cohesive economic strategy upon gaining independence in 1946. The remnants of colonial architecture in Manila speak volumes about the past that still shadows present economic policies. Under Spanish rule, the focus was more on ecclesiastical dominance and less on economic development, unlike in British-occupied territories elsewhere in the region, which saw the establishment of trade networks. With independence came a huge task, transforming a nation that was configured to serve colonial powers into one that could navigate the modern global economy. This historical burden complicates the economic landscape even today. Since its independence, the Philippines has seen a whirlwind of political transitions, from the authoritative Marcos regime, known for its martial law period, to the current democratic state with frequent leadership changes. Each shift has brought about policy changes and economic reforms which, while well-intentioned, often lacked continuity and long-term vision. Citizens rallying in the EDSA revolution illustrate the power of people in redefining their governance. However, such political upheavals can deter foreign investment, critical for economic growth due to perceived instability. Political instability not only frightens away potential investors, but also hampers internal economic confidence. The constant change in leadership sends mixed signals to both local businesses and international investors about the direction of governmental economic policies. Economic policies in the Philippines have often been reactionary rather than visionary, focusing on immediate needs rather than long-term sustainability. The country has demonstrated a pattern of implementing policies that are either too stringent and protective or too lax, with little in the way of balanced strategic planning. A vibrant street market in Quezon City displaying the entrepreneurial spirit of the Filipinos. Despite this vivacity, small businesses often struggle with inconsistent economic policies and bureaucratic red tape. Further complicating the landscape are policies that, while aiming to protect local industries, inadvertently stifle competition and innovation. These protectionist measures have often kept the economy static, preventing it from keeping up with global economic shifts. The Philippines is an archipelago of over 7,100 islands, making infrastructure development a formidable challenge. Effective transportation and communication networks are critical for national integration and economic growth, yet they remain underdeveloped. The dispersed geography makes it economically challenging to establish a cohesive infrastructure, significantly raising the cost of connectivity across islands. Poor infrastructure not only physically divides the islands, but also economically segregates the population, hindering effective economic integration. This results in uneven economic development, with wealth concentrated in a few urban centers. Education in the Philippines faces several challenges, from underfunded schools to a curriculum that often does not meet the demands of a modern economy. The country has a high literacy rate, yet this statistic masks the inadequate emphasis on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Education, which is crucial for contemporary economic development. While access to basic education is widespread, quality and relevance to job market needs are uneven, particularly in rural areas. The educational system's inability to adapt to global economic shifts means that young Filipinos often lack the skills needed in the growing sectors of their own economy, leading to a mismatch and underemployment. The geographic configuration of the Philippines not only affects its infrastructure and economic cohesion, but also places it in the direct path of natural disasters. Being located in the Pacific Ring of Fire and exposed to an average of 20 typhoons a year, the country frequently faces the wrath of nature. Such events severely impact economic stability and growth. The frequent natural disasters require substantial resources for recovery and rebuilding, diverting funds that could otherwise be used for development projects. This cycle of destruction and repair is a significant drain on the national economy. The Philippines is a melting pot of ethnic groups, with over 175 spoken languages and numerous ethnic identities. This diversity, while culturally enriching, poses challenges in creating a unified national identity, which is essential for cohesive economic and social policies. While diversity enriches societal fabric, it also necessitates nuanced governance to accommodate varied interests and needs. Efforts to integrate these diverse groups into a singular economic policy framework have often been met with resistance, resulting in policies that are either too general to be effective or too specific to only certain groups. In considering the myriad challenges facing the Philippines, it becomes clear that comprehensive strategic reforms are necessary. These reforms should focus on continuity in political leadership and policies, strengthening infrastructure, overhauling the education system, and disaster preparedness and resilience. Key recommendations include fostering a more stable political environment to attract investment, rethinking economic policies to be more inclusive and forward-thinking, massively investing in infrastructural connectivity across islands, and reforming educational curricula to better prepare the youth for future jobs. By thoughtfully addressing these issues, the Philippines can leverage its rich cultural heritage and strategic geographical position to become a thriving economic hub in Southeast Asia. The journey is long, but with persistent and informed efforts, significant progress is achievable. As we've explored the complex economic and political landscape of Southeast Asia, particularly focusing on the Philippines, it's evident that the path to development is both challenging and promising. Now, we turn to you, our viewers. Your engagement doesn't just end with watching this video, it begins here. What are your thoughts on the recommendations proposed? Do you see other areas that need attention or have personal experiences that resonate with these challenges? Share your insights and join the conversation in the comments below. Your perspective is invaluable, as it adds depth to the discourse and can spark further analysis and even action. Moreover, if you found this video enlightening and want to stay updated with more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Your support enables us to continue exploring important topics and bringing you comprehensive insights. Together, let's strive for a better understanding and help shape a prosperous future for Southeast Asia. Remember, your voice matters. Engage, share, and subscribe today.